Hey guys, welcome back to another book review video. Today we're finally going to be reviewing Raleigh Jefferson's Awesome Friendly Spooky Stories, the third book in Jeff Kinney's Raleigh Jefferson spin-off series of books. We all know that this is a spin-off of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, and we finally got the third installment here. And I've got to say, it's definitely an interesting one. But yeah, going over the book here, there we got the title, and here we have the cover. So you can see we've got Raleigh Jefferson in a spooky situation. And down here, for some reason, we've got a zombie Greg, just because we need Greg's face to advertise this series. So, yeah, there he is. And yeah, pretty nice looking cover. Like I said, Jeff Kinney, he definitely makes some aesthetically pleasing book covers. And this book is no exception. So yeah, love the purple, love everything about it. It's nice. And it's good. So here's the spine. Got a picture of Raleigh's face up here. And then it says Raleigh Jefferson's Awesome Friendly Spooky Stories. Got Kinney's last name. And the logo for Amulet Books, which is the company that publishes this series and the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. Go to the back of the book. Here it says, "Scare yourself silly. Grab a flashlight, crawl under the covers, and dive into the twisted, unexpectedly hilarious world of Raleigh Jefferson's imagination. You'll meet zombies, vampires, ghosts, and much more in these comically terrifying tales. Raleigh spooky stories might leave you laughing, but beware, you could end up sleeping with the lights on." And then back here, we've got a picture of Raleigh, I guess, writing his spooky stories while a bunch of spooky stuff is happening around him, and of course he's very oblivious to it. And yeah, pretty nice. Down here it tells you some of the other books, also by Raleigh Jefferson. So we got Diary of an Awesome Friendly Kid, and Raleigh Jefferson's Awesome Friendly Adventure down there, which I have made reviews for, so yeah, check those out. Over here, again, we've got some information about Amulet Books, the publishing company. Tells you to go to wimpykid.com and use the @WimpyKid on the social medias. And then down here it tells you that in the US this book goes for $14.99, and in Canada it goes for $17.99. But I actually got this book for about $10 on Amazon, and I think right now currently as of this recording it's actually $9 on Amazon. So yeah, that's the price. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into the book and just kind of see what's in store. So on the little colored pages here, as you can see, we've got some bones and skulls on this nice green paper. It's really nice looking. Very cool. And then on this first page, we've got this angry looking anthropomorphic strawberry. And yeah, that's always a fun visual gag. Then in here, it tells you about the other Awesome Friendly books, as well as the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. Got the title once again, and Raleigh and Zombie Greg being spooky. And then Jeff and Amulet Books down at the bottom there. Here we've got a bunch of boring stuff that they make writers put in their books. And here we've got a little glossary that tells you about the different short stories that are in this book. I think there's about 14 in total. Alright, you guys, I took a quick pause real fast just to double check my count, and there is 14 short stories in this book. So it's pretty much the same size as your standard Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. So yeah, 14 stories, very nice, and there's a glossary for them. And from there, you pretty much jump into the book. But we're going to actually go ahead and skip ahead to my favorite part of the book. My favorite story begins on page 84. Let me see what the title is. It is The Scanner, and it begins on page 84, but my favorite part is actually on page 87, because here, as you can see, we get a skeleton being interviewed. He used to be a regular guy, but he turned into a skeleton, and I just think it's really funny looking how happy he is, and down on the bottom it just says, "Dave turned into skeleton." And it's just super funny, and that's my favorite part of the book. And this story is just my favorite. It involves a scanner that turns people into skeletons, and it just results in a lot of hilarious stuff. So yeah, once you get yourself a copy of the book and check it out, I highly recommend that story. that's my favorite. But yeah, so there it is. Now for my thoughts on the book. Initially, I thought this was going to be a collection of scary stories involving Rowley and Greg. It's more in style with the journal entries of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series, but it's definitely more of a collection of fictional stories written by Rowley, which I actually thought was pretty disappointing. I definitely think Jeff should have gone with the route of having the stories be based off of real experiences that Rowley and Greg had, but, that's just my thought about it. Maybe other people will think different, but that's my main disappointment with the story. Other than that, the stories are pretty much hit or miss in terms of comedy for me, and they're not really all that spooky. They're really more funny than spooky, but even then, some of them are just kind of meh, and some of them are actually pretty funny, but for the most part, it's about half and half for me. But I really like how this book pokes fun at copyright, and it also pokes fun at like children's books such as Goosebumps, which I thought was really funny. And yeah, it's really great. I really like how with these books, Jeff really kind of pokes fun at like the industry of publishing books and making movies and TVs. He did that with the last book, Awesome Friendly Adventure, and it was pretty funny then. And I like that he's continuing that trend with this book. So yeah, it's always funny when he pokes fun like that. I also thought that this book would be yellow, but I guess my prediction was wrong. It's actually purple, but yeah, that's just something that I predicted in the last book. I thought this book was going to be yellow, and I'm kind of disappointed that I was wrong, but whatever. It's whatever. It wouldn't match with the whole spooky vibe that this book has going on. I'd like to see in future books, I really definitely think that Jeff Kinney should focus more on Rowley and Greg, like he did with the first book in this series. Or include maybe a whole book of just Zooey Mama comics. I think that would definitely fit in with Rowley. So far, this series has just kind of been, for me, a little series just to kind of hold me over until the main Diary of a Wimpy Kid books come out, which I don't mind, but I definitely think there's potential with this series. Like I said, I really like the first book in this series, and I definitely think there's some potential here to really get deep into Greg and Rowley's friendship by going through Rowley's perspective and point of view. But, it's fun. It's just a fun little side series from Rowley's perspective, which I feel like we could get deeper into, but obviously since this book is really for kids, I guess we can't really go too deep into it. But yeah, that's really just my thoughts. Overall, this book is not as good as the first book in my eyes, but it's definitely better than the second book. The second book was just kind of meh for me. But I definitely recommend it to Wimpy Kid fans and really young readers, probably from the ages of elementary to early middle school. But again, I encourage everybody to check out this book series and read this book for themselves. I think that older fans may not be as invested with this series, but you never know. Give it a read, check it out for yourself, and yeah, let me know what you thought of it. But yeah, just for fun before I go, I think it's time to compare it to other books. So here we have The Ugly Truth, the purple book in Greg's Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. So there it is in comparison. You kind of see it's like a darker purple. Pretty much the same size. Yep. Always fun, always cool. So that is that comparison. And then let's go ahead and compare it to the first two books in the series. So here it is with Awesome Friendly Kid and with Awesome Friendly Adventure. And there's all the books all together right there. Very nice. Looks great on the shelf. But yeah, that's basically it for Rowley Jefferson's Awesome Friendly Spooky Stories. Again, I encourage everybody to pick up a copy, check it out, give it a read. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you haven't read it yet, are you excited to read it? Are you going to pick it up? And if you have read it, what did you think of it? But that's basically it for this book review video. If you guys made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next Diary of a Wimpy Kid book review video. Later.